Hi guys, it's Riley. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. If you want to subscribe, feel free to subscribe, and let's get on with the video. Just want to make a little bit of a disclaimer. I'm wearing the same sweater that I wore in my previous video. That's because I got out of work like a couple hours ago and I just changed and threw something on real quick. So that's why I'm wearing the same thing. Yes, I take showers. Yes, I wash my clothes. Yes, I have more than one hoodie in my closet. Just want to make that clear before we start this video. Also, before I get into Stephanie's video, in my last video, I said something about how I wish they would handle this outside of YouTube, and I wish that they didn't have to bring this to YouTube and to the public and for everyone to see and witness. And I do truly wish that. I got a couple comments saying, you say that you wish like this is all off of YouTube, yet you make a YouTube video about it. I'm making a YouTube video about it because it's not off of YouTube, and yes, I am a drama channel, so yes, if something is publicly, I'm going to make a video about it. I can still wish that they will settle things off camera in a graceful way. I can still wish that upon them. So yeah, so Stephanie uploaded a video and I want to talk about it. It seems like everyone is tired of this situation, and I think after Stephanie's video, I don't know if Nick's going to come out with the video, but hopefully this will all go to rest because Stephanie in this video with proof and evidence. She starts off by talking about her home security system, and Nick's statement was that Stephanie was very proud of her house and she gave him a house tour, and you know, she was really proud to show off her luxury house to him and everything like that. Nick took it the wrong way, or Nick was being a little bit dramatic when he said that, because Stephanie brought proof of Nick's mukbangs talking about Stephanie's house and how well Stephanie's house looks, and text messages about Nick talking about Stephanie's house.
He said that the minute that he came over, I gave him this crazy whirlwind tour showing off, saying guess how much that couch was, guess how much that oven was, and telling him about all of these things. That is not what happened. When have I ever showed off to you, Nick? It seems like you talk about my house more than I do.
Let's first talk about her house. How jealous, but also happy for her. But jealous. Doesn't she have one of those ovens? It's like a 5-layer oven. Who uses that? I don't know. I really want a beautiful kitchen like Stephanie's. Her kitchen is perfect. Just because Stephanie has a beautiful house, what she does. I'm not saying like, oh, Stephanie's. I low-key need that security system. I mean, a cat will walk by and the fire department will come. Okay.
So it seems like Nick is more obsessed with Stephanie's house than Stephanie. That's kind of what it made it seem like. And I explained this in my last video too. People give house tours to guests who have never been in their house. Like, that's not an abnormal thing. I don't know what Nick was saying when he was saying, hey, she gave me a house tour of like 7 rooms and everything like that. But that's a completely normal thing to do. I know for a fact, mostly every single house I've been in for the first time as a guest, the host gives you a house tour so you know where everything is, and it's just really welcoming to someone who has never been in your house before. That is not showing your house off in any way, shape, or form. So I completely understand where Stephanie is coming from when she said that. Nick said that he took a picture like right when Stephanie was there and she didn't say anything of the house, and Stephanie said that she was well aware that picture was being taken, and she said that she didn't want that photo online, and it is online because it has like her home security system on there, and she didn't want that online.
Later for being scared of you releasing these pictures. So then you went on to release the exact pictures that I would never want on the internet. You released a picture of my kitchen with my security feed straight dab in the middle, and you didn't have the courtesy to blur it out. I don't know what you were interested in that picture. Was it the kitchen cabinets? Because you could have gotten more of the cabinets from a different angle. Was it the curtain? Because you could have gotten more of the curtain from a different angle. Now, I, without your consent, cannot release the security footage of you taking pictures when I go to the restroom, but you release this picture. And if you zoom in closely, you're alone in my kitchen taking this picture. So you took the picture when I was in the bathroom.
I've never recorded anyone ever without their consent. I took a photo with her consent.
And then something that was also very prevalent in Nick's video was throwing his friends under the bus. He threw Carly under the bus. He threw Zach under the bus. He threw his friends under the bus to protect his name and to defend himself in any way, shape, or form that he can. But one thing that was very interesting is that him and Zach had a text message, And as soon as Nick didn't get his way, he texted Zach and he said, I'm gonna expose her. I'm gonna make an expose video about this. When people don't get what they want, that's when you know their true colors. And that's one thing I've noticed a lot is when I tell someone no, and it's very hard for me to tell people no, but when I do tell people no and I see how upset they get because they didn't get what they want, that's when you know that that's their true colors. And because Nick didn't get the response that he wanted, because Stephanie canceled on Nick, he wanted to expose her. And the minute she did something wrong, that's when he wanted to expose her. So I personally think that Zach told Stephanie that, and Stephanie, that's why Stephanie came out with her video. I'm assuming Stephanie asked Zach for permission to release the text messages they had between each other and stuff like that before, but it was very clear that Nick didn't ask Zach for permission. So that is also very interesting in this whole situation. Also, one thing that is very interesting that Stephanie did point out is that the boy that Nick saw in New York actually reached out to Stephanie, and also I'm just assuming that she asked him for permission to release the DM.
Nick had a date in New York City, and he claims that he didn't belittle the Me Too movement, and he was a little bit upset that he had spent a lot of time and perfume and money on food for this guy that he met in New York, and they didn't do anything afterwards. And he said, December 21st, when I posted my video that day, he said, Nikocado did it to me. I am that boy that little Me Too video is about. I would love to talk to you about it. We have a lot in common. I have all the screenshots as well. And then he showed me screenshots of Snapchat and a picture that he took with Nick. And I said, hey, I got your email. I'm so sorry that something like this is how we're connecting for the first time, but thank you so much for reaching out. I'm so sorry for what happened in New York. I'm sorry you had to watch a video being made about you like that because the night didn't go as planned. Are you okay? He said, yes, I really was not in the moment. I was so scared because he kept making all these posts about how he was going to tell this big story about me. And I kept begging him to not post anything about me because unlike him, I'm just a regular person with no level of fame. In the original video, he showed me, but with an emoji over my face, and proceeded to call me a loser. It was just so crazy because like he did to you, he made me feel so comfortable in person when we first met. We talked all night, and then when I left, he gave me a hug and said it was nice meeting you, and I said it was nice meeting him too. So I thought we left on good terms. Then on Snapchat, he told me that I didn't hook up with him. And I was so confused because I thought we left happy. And then he went and filmed that rant video about me. And he got so much hate for it, he took it down. And then he made another one about me. But once again got hate and took it down.
So this is another person coming forward. Oh, Nick made someone feel super comfortable, and then the minute Nick didn't really get what he wanted, he made an exposed video about him, about someone who doesn't want to be on YouTube. It's just really concerning at this point because more people, like Stephanie's reaching out, Zach is reaching out, and now we have a third person who isn't even on social media. By social media, I mean YouTube, is reaching out saying about their uncomfortable, interaction that they had with Nick, and it's not good. One thing Stephanie did point out that Nick pointed out, Nick said that Stephanie wore her merch and it was subliminal messaging for you guys to buy her merch, and Stephanie noted that she wears her merch a lot in a lot of her videos. So that's another point that she made. About the whole Veronica thing, that's where I messed up. I kind of defended Nick in that sense of where he is very good with his words, let me tell you. That man is very good with what he says, and he is very convincing, as he was just so convincing in that video, and it's like, how can you not believe it, And when he said, and a lot of people pointed out before I could even, he was bringing stuff up from August, saying how, oh, well, Stephanie wanted to make a whole documentary with Veronica and she wanted me in it, and how can Stephanie possibly not want to talk about Veronica when she wants to make a whole documentary about her? And the way he said it was just very convincing. And there is a huge difference between having a civilized conversation and talking about something that happened 8 months ago or however long it was. Yes, the drama was dead, but there is a difference between having a civilized conversation with that person in front of you versus gossiping about someone when the person isn't there to defend themselves. There's a huge difference between that, and I didn't realize that sooner, so I do apologize. So now that makes Nick's whole statement invalid because it doesn't have anything to do with it, you know? Okay, so one thing I do want to point out that Nick also pointed out is that Stephanie has merch, the In and Out of Sleep merch, that is going to 100% of the proceeds are going to be donated. But one thing I do want to mention is that Stephanie did kinda bully Nick in her video where she was making fun of his stuttering. In my opinion, that is a form of bullying. Nick did bully Stephanie. Stephanie did make fun of Nick stuttering and she didn't acknowledge that in this video, but I just wanted to point it out there so I can be unbiased and see two sides of the situation. I'm pretty sure this is going to be Stephanie's last video about it because in like her description it says, okay, but for real this time I'm moving on. So I'm pretty sure this is her last video. I'm exhausted. It's 11:37 right now. If I missed anything from Stephanie's video, I'm truly sorry. I'm trying to grasp, I'm trying to analyze, I'm trying to break down everything that I possibly can, but I'm honestly exhausted. So I'm gonna edit this. I'm just gonna try to get this up for you tonight. So anyway, like this video if you like this video, subscribe if you want more content from me, and I'll see you guys whenever I see you guys. Bye guys, love you.